Hey everyone. So you are either listening or watching to Women Empower Women Now's Strong Women interview series. During our interviews, we like to get to know the women behind what they do and dig a little bit deeper behind the scenes. So welcome to today's interview. My name is Doreen Dilger. I am the founder of Women Empowering Women Now. We are an online community where we educate, support, and empower women entrepreneurs to grow their biz and live their best life now. We do this by providing simple, affordable, and focused strategies that get you to your goal faster while making a powerful impact. We provide 3 levels of memberships that fit any budget, as well as an online networking events and our annual conference. We also provide educational scholarships to women all over the world, and you can sign up for a scholarship now all the way until the end of June 2020 by going over to womenempoweringwomennow.com/scholarship 2022. So if you are looking for a community that educates, supports, and empowers you no matter where you are on your journey, then I invite you to become a member. Please know that when you do become a member, a good portion of your membership fee goes to the future scholarship opportunities. We could not do what we do without our community of amazing women. So head over to womenempoweringwomennow.com and check it out. I am so excited for our guest today. Betty is the owner of the Writer's Launchpad. She provides services such as copywriting, ghostwriting, editing, book creating, coaching, and speaking. She is truly passionate about helping her clients get their message and voice out into the world. I met Betty through speed networking, Blitzer. You probably heard me talk about Blitzer. We had a great connection, and she has her own weekly networking called Connect the Dots. Betty lives in California and also has a fashion and home decor line. Welcome, Betty. I'm so excited for you to be here today.
Oh, thank you, Doreen. What a great welcome. You're so gracious.
Thank you. All right, we're going to get right into it. You know, we don't want to waste the viewers' time here. So tell me, how did you get to do what you are doing right now?
Well, it's been a lifelong thing for me to be fascinated by words. And the alphabet was my first thing that when I got my encyclopedia that we used to get when you bought stuff at the grocery store, and I discovered the origin of the alphabet, I got so worked up about it. Everybody else was like, hey, come on, it's the alphabet. And I was like, no, you don't understand. This is wonderful, right? And so it went on from there. I got trained in writing in school. I was that weirdo with the dictionary, competing in the spelling bee. That was my thing. And so I took, every language course I could get. And then when I got out of school and life happened, I went in a whole different direction. I ended up in California. I'm from New Jersey originally. I ended up in California and got into ranching. We built a ranch from scratch, from the ground up. And then when my kids grew up, I got back to writing again. I had been writing the whole time, but I didn't really do anything with it because, I'd write something and put it in a notebook and then go run off and take care of some situation. So I started my blog in 2013 and I started editing books. Then I started coaching people and writers, and one thing led to another. I wrote my own book and edited some more books. Then people started asking me to write for their businesses, to write copy for them. And so one thing led to another.
Wow, that is awesome. Do you ever miss New Jersey?
You can take the girl out of Jersey, but you can't take the Jersey out of the girl.
I love that. I love that. That is awesome.
It's a true saying. Every time I meet somebody from Jersey, we go, what town?
Oh, that's cool. That is so cool. I didn't even know that. I thought you were originally from California. Cool. All right. So for people that don't know what copywriting and ghostwriting is, could you just let us know what those terms are?
Sure. Copy is materials that you use for your business. And the thing that you want in copy is for it to be extremely compact and make every single word count. It's an art of understanding what the client needs their message to say, who's their target audience, and what solution are they presenting for their people. And so that's what copy is all about. And ghostwriting is different, in which, say, when I ghostwrite for someone, I interview them, we get the essence of what they want to say down, and then I take the transcript and use that to create their messaging for them. I did one book where it was real difficult for the woman to talk about, she couldn't write it, and even talking about it was hard, but we got it done, and it was a wonderful accomplishment for her. So in ghostwriting, yeah, and also in copy, the whole thing is that I'm writing as you, not for you. It's me getting into the head of the person I'm writing with, so that I can literally say it the way they would say it, not particularly the way I would say it.
I love that. So when you are helping a client, because you're doing book creation coaching, what does that entail? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Sure. It can start from anywhere that you are. I have people that I've worked with who have only an idea, and then I work with them to understand what's the essence of their idea and what's the direction. And then the first step is creating a chapter outline, so that everything has a shape and a sequence. And then I just go, just write whatever comes into your mind, and then we put it into that outline and it starts to make sense. And that helps to build the momentum. Other people have things that are already, like maybe their blogs or things like that they've already written, and those can be put into that same kind of format where there's a logical way for it to flow, and that tends to really fire up the energy. And then people just all of a sudden they're like, oh, I know what to do, instead of that feeling of overwhelm of what do I think I'm doing here?
Okay, I love that. That's perfect. Why do you think people should write a book?
I think people should write a book for a number of reasons. One is that they have a story to share with someone. Everybody has a unique experience in this world, and a unique kind of wisdom that they gain through that experience. That's one reason. Another reason is because when you write a book, you start to see your experience and your life in a different way. When I wrote my first book, it was written out of a dense emotional need that I had. I was in a life situation that made me go, I can't stay here. I have to write this out, write this out of me. And it was great what happened, because the whole experience looks different when you process it through the words and you step out of it and begin to realize that you are bigger than that experience. I think that's the biggest thing that happens.
I love that. I love that. Now, you said that was your first book. How many books have you written?
Well, I have 4 that are complete. I have a 5th one that's coming up, that's going to be complete soon. It's actually a novel, which I never thought I would do. So yeah, I've written 4.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Yay. All right. So what advice would you give people who do want to write a book?
Just start writing. And well, I like to prescribe what I call a brain dump, where you take time every day to set a timer and write everything that comes into your mind, regardless of what it is about your topic. And then when the timer goes off, you stop and look at the patterns that are developing. It'll help you get clear about what your thoughts are, about how you want to present your thoughts. And you can say, okay, here's everything. This brain dump is about my audience, and don't make it long. Make it 1 minute. Everything about my audience. Who is this person? Who's my reader? Where do they live? What do they want to do? How much money do they make? What do they care about? What do I want to tell them? What do I want them to get from me? All those things. Write those things out, and then you'll start to have a framework. And set up a free consultation with me. I always love talking with people about their projects.
Yeah. I love, just key words that you use too, the art and the energy. I mean, you are very tapped into the whole writing sense of it. So I absolutely love that. So now that we have the writing out of the way, can you tell me a little bit more about your fashion and decor line?
Sure. Well, I learned how to crochet when I was 15. My grandmother insisted that I had to learn. I come from a long line of tailors in my family. You learn to sew immediately as soon as you could. I made my first garment when I was 6, and I started my first business when I was 16, making hats for sale. In New Jersey, where the Revolutionary War was largely fought in the 60s, we had a whole thing that we were having a new revolution. So I made Martha Washington hats in day glow colors and sold those. And I still make hats. I'll show you one that I have right now that is pinned. The finished work isn't done on it, but
Oh, that's so cool.
this is one of the things that I'm doing. I don't have any other ones out right now, but I make hats and little zippered bags and lavender sachets that are triangles, and they're very cute. I make
Wow.
it's silk that comes from a tie factory that I cut up into little bags. And yeah, I've done a lot more than that. I used to have a larger fashion business. I went all the way to doing things for couture, silk jackets, hand knit sweaters. Actually, I knit sweaters for myself now.
Wow.
But yeah, when the recessions hit, you find out that fashion's the first thing to go. So instead of being at the high end of fashion after the last recession that I what participated in, am now kind of in the middle of the market. The things that I make are designed to, number one, last forever, the highest possible quality. Number two, be portable. You can roll them up, put them in your suitcase and take them anywhere. And number three, just be fun. I'm really into color, and so color and texture. That's what
I
it's all
love
about.
that.
And there's no two alike. I never make two hats alike. No reason to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. So
Yeah.
we're okay. Well, we'll get to that at the end, but I think that
Yeah.
is so cool. I mean, when it comes to, I think in any entrepreneur, right, when we come into our business
Mhm.
or in our life, we have to make a solution, and you did exactly that. So I absolutely love that. That is so cool. All right. We're going to dig into a little bit what I call the mind, body, and soul. It's just
Okay.
a way for our viewers to hear a little bit more about you.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite way to relax?
I like to go out in the country and hang out with some friends of mine who are artists and sit in my friend's studio and watch her paint and listen to jazz and look over the mountains and just hang out.
Wow, that is beautiful. I mean, I could just picture it in my mind when you were saying that. Well, that's why you're a writer, you know what I mean? So that's awesome. When things get really stressful, what is your number one go-to?
Ooh. Well, I always take a walk first thing in the morning. And before I do that, I look at everything that I want to get resolved and let it go and just say, I'm just going to walk, and then it'll all make more sense than it did right now. Go
Yeah.
that way. When things get really, really stressful, I start texting my friends. Go, oh, hey, what are you doing? Forget about what's happening with me for a minute and let it be that way. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, I get that. What is your favorite thing about California?
Well, there's so much natural beauty here. The ranch that I was talking about is in Big Sur, which is world famous for its amazing natural beauty and the wide open spaces of it. There's a lot more tourists than there used to be, but nothing can make it not be beautiful. Um, I guess that's the favorite thing. I mean, there's a lot of things I love about California. You asked me earlier, did I ever miss New Jersey? There's in California, you have infinite personal freedom, and the California thing, you can literally do your own thing all over the place. But the downside of that is that there's not a connection in many cases between people. Like in New Jersey, everybody knows what everybody on the whole block is up to. It's just the way it is, right? And it's not like that here.
Yeah.
So my favorite thing, I believe it is the natural beauty and the sense of ease that people have, like, hey, I'm in California, I'm doing the California thing, and there's a whole mythology about that, and people really believe in it and live it, so.
Yeah, well, I know that, I'm from the East Coast, right? So when I think about California, I'm always thinking, oh, it's 80 degrees and sunny and it's beautiful there all the time, right? But I don't know, how is your weather out there? Is it like that all the time?
Not in this town. When I went out this morning, it was foggy and drippy and probably 50 degrees. But in Southern California, like say Santa Barbara and South, it's usually that way.
Got it. Got it.
Usually that way.
Yeah. Again, when I talk, oh, you got nice weather. No, we've got 50 degrees. Or people talk about, well, I got to, wear a coat out in California. And I'm like, you're out in California. I don't understand. I guess it's just, like when I go to Florida and I go on vacation, you see, people that are wearing a coat and it's like, and it's, to us, it's beautiful. There's Jasper. It's just beautiful, and it's like, why are you wearing a coat? I don't get it.
Well, my friend moved to Shasta, and up there, they, in the wintertime, they get 2 and 3 feet of snow. And I'm like, I don't understand. Why do people do that?
Listen, I love the snow. I love when it first, the first snow fall. I love it when, it's a busy, crazy day, because I love to get into baking when it snows. And then it's like, I'm done with it. By the time that January comes, it's like, all right, go away. I've had enough, so.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're getting down to the hour. So we're going to do some rapid fire questions. What book are you currently reading right now?
Right now I am rereading Ageless Body, Timeless Mind by Deepak Chopra, about how your consciousness is the real thing and your body is the illustration of that. And he wrote it probably 30 years ago, and there's a lot been learned about longevity since then. However, his insights still apply, and some of them are just super powerful. So I'm rereading that to get the gems back.
That is awesome. I'll have to read that. Next question is, what would you tell your 14-year-old self?
I would say you know more than you think you do, or more than you're willing to admit that you do. And you can just go ahead and do it anyway, regardless of whatever anybody else is doing.
I love that. I love that. That is awesome. Okay. And then what are you grateful for today?
I am grateful for my health. I am grateful for the people in my life and the opportunities that happen. I'm grateful that all day today I'm going to be talking with creative people and doing fun things. I'm grateful for my family. I have wonderful grown sons, and they're very supportive. And I'm grateful to be doing work that I love.
That is awesome. That is cool. That is very cool. Okay, so I have no more questions, but before we move on, I just wanted to state to everybody that you, Betty, are a natural networker. You know so many people. You're very, very intelligent in, everything that you have done. You are someone who really opens up and shares with everybody. Since the time I met you, you have been, you say what's on your mind. You want to help other people. And I love that about you. So make sure that you do check out, go to where Betty is and learn more about her. So tell us, do you have any upcoming specials or events coming up?
I do. I'm having a free creative writing workshop online on June 16th. It's at 3 p.m. Pacific, and you can register for it by going to www.thewriterslaunchpad.com. I think it's called Writing Webinar. And go ahead and sign up. Like I said, it's free. It's 1 hour. I'm going to be presenting my system that I call the 3 golden apples, that is based on the classic system of communication that I learned in my writing training.
I love that. I love that. We'll make sure we have all the links and stuff below all this.
Okay.
So where can viewers learn more about you? I know you said the writerslaunchpad.com.
Mhm.
Where else? Are you on social media at all?
Yes, I am. I'm on LinkedIn and I'm on Facebook. You can find me as Betty Withrow on Facebook. You can find the Writer's Launchpad on LinkedIn and go ahead and connect with me. You can always find me on Blitzer. Come to Blitzer and come to the Connect the Dots event where it's all about connection and communication. That's
I
what
love that. So when is Connect the Dots?
Connect the Dots is on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific.
Awesome. Over at Blitzer. I will make sure that I have her link below there as well, so you guys can just click on it and go register for her networking. Awesome. All right. Thank you, Betty.
One more thing
Yes, go
that
ahead.
people can do. Go to the Writer's Launchpad and sign up for a free half-hour consultation with me. I love talking with people about their projects. I think I said that before, but I'm saying it again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it really is, it's worth, again, you are very insightful. You have a lot of knowledge and you're able to help people from the get-go. So absolutely make sure you connect with Betty. Betty, thank you for being my guest today. I really, really appreciate it. And I want to just say thank you to all our viewers who are either listening or watching this interview. Please be sure to like, to share, and subscribe. It costs you nothing to do that, but it helps to reach more women. And by doing those 3 simple things, you're helping to make an impact. So I thank you. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you on the next interview. Thanks, Betty.
Thanks, Doreen. How fun. Thank you.